What is up, everybody? Welcome back for another episode of the Giveaway Show here on the Carlos Collects Comics channel. I am Carlos. I'm your host, and this is my channel. Welcome. I'm excited because the Fantastic Four, our very own Fantastic Four, is here tonight, and we are all back here in the virtual studio, ready to go over some cool stuff tonight. We got a great show planned for you tonight. We're going to be doing everything around, you probably guessed it from the graphic for the show tonight. We are doing everything around a very specific era in the life of Superman. Superman has been all over the place because of the smash hit movie. And so we're excited about him, and we're excited about going back into our childhoods. So if you remember from the season premiere, the future Batman shared that when he and Paul were out hunting for comic books, they came upon a box of comics, and a big part of that was the whole Superman Blue. And so we're going to get some of that. We've got some information to drop on that. Jen's going to give us a recap of everything. We're going to get everybody to say their hellos and shout outs. But real quick, before we do that, just a couple of quick announcements that I want to make sure and get out there. Remember, every Friday night at 8 p.m. Central until 11 p.m. Central, we've got the Expensive Paper Showcase. This is our Friday night sales show where we, as fellow collectors, we share our collections, we sell them, and put them out there into the comic book community. If you were tuning in last week, a lot of people took advantage of some great deals and got some really cool books. And so those books are being processed to get to them. But tune in this Friday for the next episode. We've got a lot of really great books scheduled for this, including one of my big PC books that I'm going to be putting out into the community. My copy of Ultimate Fallout number 4, CGC 9.8, the first appearance of Miles Morales as the Ultimate Spider-Man. I've got that for sale in a bundle, and it's here just hanging out, looking for a new home. So you'll be seeing that among many other books. Lots of cool books. Lots of people were very excited about all the different books that we were showing because it's a great variety. So make sure that you're here with us every Friday night, 8 p.m. Central for that. In addition, if you're a channel member, a couple cool pieces of news there. We're going to have two brand new tiers that are going to be dropping a little bit later on this month, including a brand new affordable tier for everyone. Priced at only $1.99, and the one thing that you'll get to do for that tier is to tune into our live broadcast. That tier will not be eligible for any of the giveaways, but it's just a way for you to be able to watch and hang out with us for the Carlos and Friends, which is the first and third Tuesday of every month. And so that'll be the new lowest tier. Then we'll continue with the Man of Steel tier, and then we'll have the Dark Knight tier, which is where we start having comic books shipped out. We're getting rid of the Webbed Wall Crawler and the Claude Knucklehead tiers, and then we're going to be introducing a bigger, badder tier at priced much higher, which is a monthly curated care package that goes out to those who like getting a monthly mystery box that is tailored to what they like. And so that's going to be so we'll be learning more about that. Let me show you just a couple of the quick. Currently, Man of Steel is going to remain with us at $4.99 a month, and that gives us members-only live streams and access to giveaways. Dark Knight is $14.99 a month. Every quarter, you get a quarterly care package. Cool books. We've had a lot of happy folks with the books that they're getting, and so you can tune into those, and you'll be learning more about the other tiers that we're going to be opening up for the channel, ways to support the channel. So thanks to those who continue to support the channel and who are a part of the channel family. I'm going to go ahead and bring it over to the future Batman. Let's say hi to everybody, then to JT, and then to our very own Paul Professional Comics. All right, here they are, guys. Y'all say hello.
What's up, y'all? So we are back for another Mr. Collect show, the giveaway show. So let's get this going. It's already 9:24, and we got some.
We're ready to go.
We are ready to go. So let's.
Awesome. There he is. There's JT.
What's going on, people? Glad to be here. Glad to be back on the show. Glad everybody is coming out to see us. Thank you, Carlos, for having me. Thank you, my biggest hater, Paul. I love that you're here to hate and teach us something that is completely wrong, probably. But yeah, let's get it started.
All right, and here he is, folks. Here is Paul Comics.
Right. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. Thank y'all for showing up on Friday. We had a good turnout for the Friday show. Expensive paper, and thank y'all tonight. Me and Billy got our work cut out for us. JT's here. Jen's gonna tell us. So just to let y'all know, I taught Jen everything he knows about the blue and the red. Yep. So
Oh, God.
everything that he's telling you guys, I told him. Yep.
Well, it's good. It's good to know. Just so we know where all the information came from, it came from Paul. All right.
I just teach everybody, guys.
So tonight we're going to be talking about our very own. Let me go and show it up because this is the big giveaway for the night. I've got another book to add with it. Superman number 123. This is the first appearance of Superman Blue. Is it Blue Superman or Superman Blue, Jen?
It's so that would be the electric. That would be the electric Superman. So you call him electric blue, or when Superman.
Right.
The way they would probably classify him as is they would say that that's Superman that dons new powers, and it's called electric blue, because there's actually a comic that comes like right after that, and it's called Superman Blue and Superman Red, and it came with these 3D glasses, and that comic is actually the first appearance of Superman Red. So if that would be Superman Electric Blue, the other one would be Superman Electric Red, because Superman Blue and Red, which is a completely different Superman, showed up in the Silver Age, and I'm pretty sure Paul knows about that one too.
Yeah.
But in that one, they're actually wearing like all blue, like Superman's wearing all blue, and the other one's wearing all red. So, anyways, it went into a whole nerdum thing right there.
This thing is
all right. Yeah. Okay. So the simple answer is yes. It's Superman Blue.
Superman Electric Blue. Electric Blue.
All right. So this is one of the giveaways. We're also going to be giving away this really cool variant, World's Finest. This is from the movie. This is the movie variant that came out for World's Finest.
There's Crypto.
Keith Giffen. So this cool package is going to somebody. Also want to let y'all know real quick before we go back to Paul for Paul's picks. Wanted to also shout this out. This is Viking Moon from Joe Pruitt and Marcelo Frusin. Vikings versus Werewolves. This issue number 1, cover A, that came out from Image Comics just last week. So this is a pretty cool. It's Vikings versus Werewolves. So you can't really go wrong with it. I also have a quick retro review to give to y'all. This is a little known book. The reason I pulled this one is because it's not actually a comic book. It's a compilation of cover art from a series, one of my favorite I guess you could call it a maxi series of all time, 52. So for a full year, DC Comics published a weekly comic book called 52. And it was a countdown to the launch of their brand new series of titles, the New 52, and that's what those were called. So the cover artist is going to be in town at a local comic convention. J.G. Jones. Well, I've had this book for a long time, and this is the biggest reason I want to go to the convention is to see him. So I wanted to shout this out. It's called 52, The Covers, and it's all the cover art that he did, because this is an unreal amount of work that he did to publish 52 weekly comic book covers.
Wow.
And have those kind of deadlines. I mean, that's a big deal, because sometimes, like, we had a couple weeks ago, we had Pablo Villalobos, and he talked about how it could take weeks, sometimes up to a couple of months for him to do one cover, and he'd be working on different ones at different times. But to be doing a cover per week at the rate that he was doing, at the quality he was doing. So it shows like his pencil sketches, some notes, information from him, and then the final cover art. So it collects all 52 of the covers in this really cool hardcover book. So I wanted to shout it out because I'm looking forward to having him sign it. But I love it because I love good cover art, and this was just a really fun pickup that I found. I didn't even buy it brand new. I bought it at Half Price Books. So, which, pro tip, Half Price Books has comic book hardcovers and omnibuses and stuff for discounted prices. Sometimes half off, sometimes more. But I wanted to shout it out because if you're a fan of 52 like I was, and it's been a while since this comic came out, but if you're a fan of it, until I found this browsing, I didn't even know that this existed. So there's cool stuff like this that you can find when you go browsing at places like Half Price Books. And so I just wanted to shout it out for my retro review. I'm going to go ahead and send it over now to Paul, and he's going to talk to us about Paul's picks. But here it is, 52 The Covers by J.G. Jones, my retro review for the week. Here's Paul.
All right, so I got 2 books. One came from a store had a 2-year sale, Glassman Collectibles. So I have Spectacular Spider-Man #1. I think it came out in 74, I think, or 70, something like that. But this is the one that I was really gunning for. So this came out before the Spectacular Spider-Man title. This was the Treasury, or what do you call it, Treasury Edition. But this came out in 1968. This is what people were wearing back in 1968. I'm still trying to look for one of these, but I'm not. Yeah, so this came out before the Spectacular Spider-Man run. This book came out in 68. Okay. So you had you had Stan Lee, you had John Romita Sr., Bill Everett, then you had like research and advisory people, Roy Thomas, Arthur Jeffrey. So you had all these guys on there. But yeah, so he had a sale, so I grabbed this one. I have Spectacular Spider-Man 1, but I never had this one, so grab this book. And I have a lower grade of this book, but I found a beautiful copy, bright reds on it.
Oh wow!
So if y'all know, I showed this a year or 2 ago on the channel, but yeah, this one is just a beautiful book. So I found this one, so I'll probably be selling the lower grade copy. Maybe y'all might see it on Friday, but not just the bright reds.
That is a nice copy.
Yep. So thank you guys, and like I said, appreciate everyone coming in, supporting, and hitting the likes. So yeah, I know Jen's eager to talk about the red and blue Superman, and then they combine and they become Batman or something like that. But he'll tell us so.
All right, cool. All right, thanks, Paul, for those picks. Remember, every Wednesday night you can get those 2 segments: retro review and then Paul's picks for the week. And wait, Jen, you got something?
What is that?
Oh, I love that cover.
Yeah,
what was that?
Cool cover. I want to thank my buddy Paul. He was looking at this book like this. He was like, "Oh man, remember this one, Jen?" And I go, "I do." Whoop! And I was like, "Oh." I go, "Hey Paul, can I have this?" And he's like, "Yeah, all right." Yeah,
you know what, guys? If that was Superman, I would believe it, but not Robin. Nah.
Yeah, no, he.
That is an awesome run. I love that run. And
well,
yeah,
y'all know Robin takes over as Batman for that issue. So yeah, it didn't pan out well.
It didn't end up well.
Right, JT?
All right. Make sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and consider joining the channel as a member. We got a lot of cool stuff going on here.
The foreshadow to COVID-19. The foreshadow. COVID 2019. Robin's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, let's do real quick shout outs, and then Jen's gonna tell us the story of Paul's generosity that resulted in him getting an awesome box of comics. All right, Emma Dudley popping in first says, "Hello everyone, welcome. Be sure to hit the like button and share She says, make sure to subscribe or join the channel as a member. And shout out to her. She's one of our moderators, as well as being a channel member at the Dark Knight tier. L Green Machine says, howdy, everyone. There's future Batman dropping in the chat. David Dodson, what's up? Tony Stank, good to see you as well. There I am, David Dodson, saying Billy loves comics. And away we go. Here we are. There's Wolverado, another one of our longtime channel members. I think he's at the 2-year mark. He needs to get something sent out just for by virtue of being there. All right, Joffrey Castro dropping in. Carlos, the man, the myth, the comics. That's right. New comic book day. It is, Joffrey Castro. Lord of Brooklyn, BK for life. Thanks for joining and becoming a channel member. He's a channel member, a new channel member as well. El Green Machine giving his shout out and saying Dark Knight's the best membership package in my opinion. It is. It's a great deal if you like mystery boxes that are geared towards you. Wow, great giveaway. Yes, I believe it is. It's an awesome book. Everybody should have Electric Superman Blue in their collection. All right, Gerald Yates says, what up, party people? Good to see you as well. Buddy Tony Stank says, finally some Marvel. I don't fear you, Grogu. Second issue of that has a great Goblin cover. All right, a year or two ago, I can't remember what you showed last week. All right, Wolverado, I agree. Tony with magic sparkles coming out of his fingertips. All right, Jonathan Dodson, what's up? The clone of David Dodson is here. Glad to see you as well.
Must be talking about JT.
It doesn't work. That is correct. Green Machine. All right, El Green Machine shouting it out. Remember, for 22 months, he's coming up on 2 years. Oh my gosh. What will he get for his 2-year anniversary? He got a really cool special personal collection book on his 1-year anniversary. Let's see what he gets for his 2-year anniversary. All right, thanks to all of you for being here tonight and for hanging out with us. Just some shout outs to you in the chat. Make sure and hit that like button if you haven't already. And if you're watching this on the rewind, also make sure to hit that like button and drop a comment. Let us know what you thought of the show. All right, so Superman Blue is what we're talking about tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and hand it to Jen for just a couple of minutes here. Jen, what is the story-wise, what is the history of Superman Blue? Like, how did we end up with Superman Blue?
Superman Electric Blue. So, let me explain something to you guys. So, with Superman, I guess what they've always said that he's like a solar battery, and if he overpowers, things can happen to him. In some stories, like you see All-Star Superman, they were able to, work a story where he gets cancer from being too overpowered, which, depends on which canon you follow. Now, the Silver Age, like I was doing a lot of research on this. That's what we talked about this episode before we actually decided to come on and start talking. But Kurt Swan did this right here. And this was like the first time this is the one that I was talking about, where, that when the first introduction of the two came together, it was like a Elseworld story where Superman was split into two different characters, where he was like blue and red, but he wore all blue, he wore all red, and Supergirl was just like, oh my God, there's two of you. And it was just so silly. But that's where it generated. And then eventually they did another one, which was Crisis on Infinite Earths. I don't know if you guys remember that book with the Anti-Monitor. And issue number 5, they did that, but they weren't electric. It was just Superman against Superman, and they called one blue. And they had one that was blue, one that was red. I read your comment. That's why I'm laughing over here. So that was a cool story. Then the modern age version, right, which is what we're going to talk about. The modern age version is Superman's going through some changes. They're getting close to the Millennium Hour, which is they're going to have a Y2K event, Millennium Giants. Then they're going to also work on how Superman is very overpowered, which a lot of you guys complained about Superman being very overpowered. But it starts with a lot of these stories right here, okay? So as he's fighting, I may need some help on this guy, Paul. I can't remember his freaking name, but
Oh, don't worry, we got JT.
Gargantua. I don't know what his name is. But this guy,
what's his name? JT.
Yeah, JT. What's this guy's name? I can't remember this guy's name for.
I don't know nothing about that guy.
We're trying to put him on the spot.
Yeah,
he's JT is here to give
moral support. What's his name? JT. But anyways, what happened?
I don't know.
During this fight, Superman almost kills this guy right here. He ends up murdering him because he can't control his powers, and through that, dude, El Green Machines. All these books I'm about to show, they're all part of this box that Paul and I went through.
Show the box.
Ah, man, I can't.
You can't. It's heavy.
I'm gonna try to show it.
Man, that thing is heavy. Be careful.
I'm gonna try to show this big giant box right here. And this little short box right here, okay? And in this short box has all these comics.
Look how filled it is, guys. Look at there's books just coming out of it. Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of coming out. I've been organizing this box over here, guys, but there's so many comics in this box. It's filled, man. It's filled. And the thing is, I'm really trying to organize everything. And yeah, it's like almost the entire 90s run of Superman. So the electric part was like almost like a 3-year run. It started off like kind of like they were giving you hints of it happening in 1997, and then it works its way into 1998 and 1999. But that 1 year in the 1999s, they get rid of him, and then when they do the Y2K event with Brainiac, because that was a brilliant event, but it was just, I wish they could have done more with it. It was just a 5-issue mini, and what they did with that was that Brainiac kind of like hijacks the entire world during Y2K, because remember the Y2K scare with the computers are gonna like take over the world and everything's gonna shut down, and or Terminator and shit. You're right. I don't know. There are all these crazy things were gonna happen and nothing happened, right?
Nothing.
But in the comic book world, Brainiac happened, and Superman turns back into who? He turns back into the electricity Superman. So here was that one event that had happened. And I got the whole thing right here. It's like 1 through 5. And it's all thanks to my good old buddy Paul, because he was going through the box and I said, Paul's like, you love this guy, don't you? And I go, yeah, I do. I go, what is this? Like a Superman box? He's like, yeah. I go, holy crap. So I started going through. I was going to dismantle. I was telling the guys backstage that I was going to just pick and choose like the stories that I like. But once I talked to Atomic Monkey's store owner, I said, hey, is this the entire Superman run from the 1990s? And he's like, yeah, some guy brought in his PC, stuff. I just didn't have time to put it together. And I'm not going to, he's like, Jen, it's like dollar comics. I was like, shoot, to you probably. I go, hey, what if I bought like a whole box full of comics, right? And so Paul's like looking at me, I'm like looking at him, and then I look at the store owner, and he goes, yeah, okay, yeah, if you want a short box and you want to fill it up, I'll give it to you for $100. And so I just go over to Paul and I look at him and I go, and I just take the Superman box, and I'm like, I think this is the entire Superman run from the 90s, man, because I started going through it, and I ran out of bags and boards. Like, really, man, I'm going to have to buy some new bags and boards. But here's just some of the stuff that I'm going to show you guys. You guys can, like, start looking at. So remember the Strange Visitor? The Strange Visitor is also a cosmic entity named Kismet. Remember, Kismet was part of a huge storyline in the 90s where Superman fought a cosmic being very similar to like Darkseid named Dominus. And Dominus was actually her husband, and when she overpowered him, when she was Kismet, she was actually green, But when she overpowered him, he became very jealous of her, and he went on a rampage of trying to kill her. So what Kismet does is she takes a Dominus, and she takes Dominus and puts him in the Phantom Zone. In the Phantom Zone, he's like, walking there for I don't know how many days or months or whatever, but he comes across the Eradicator. Remember the Eradicator, guys? So the Eradicator is that really cool dude with the yellow shades that Superman wears in the Death of Superman. He's kind of like so the Eradicator is the one that goes off and tells this guy, hey, I know how to get you out of the Phantom Zone. The Eradicator is kind of like a robot, right? So
it doesn't even sound like that.
Yeah. So listen, I don't care how he sounds. That's how he sounds in my head. Anyways, the thing is, the Eradicator is like, hey, I'm gonna get you out of here, right? And he ends up taking Dominus, and he ends up basically turning him into this entity, and he breaks out of the Phantom Zone. And then he goes after Superman, because in order for him to completely kill Kismet, he needs Superman out of the way. So he puts Superman in these realities, okay? And this is all after these events. So I'm going to go into more of that. But you got the Millennium Giant event. This is a huge event that happened where these Millennium Giants showed up. They're like these ancient beings that from like another dimension, but also part of Earth. They have like this huge history, and then Superman has to team up with the Red and Blue Superman. So the Red and Blue Superman happened during the event with that one guy that I was showing that I can't for sake I can't remember his name, but they split into two beings, and they meet each other during this event right here. Basically, like all these catastrophic events are going on Earth, right? And the Supermen are trying to do, can Superman be there at the same time? This is one of my favorite covers for the Red and Blue.
Yeah, that's the first one you picked up, guys.
That is correct. The reason I told Paul that this is one of my, not only is Dan Jurgens one of my favorite Superman writers, but remember Ron Friends, he also worked on this.
Nice.
And the thing is that this was one of the first comic books that my grandmother bought me that before she passed away. But it's a really cool sentimental thing. That's why whenever I see this, I always pick it up. But it's it's one of those things. It was like much later, like in the 90s, she bought me a lot of stuff, but we'd always go in. We didn't have like comic book shops like nearby, so we'd go to like a Randall's or a Kroger's or whatever, and then you'd just be able to like get one here and there. Walgreens did this crazy thing whenever it went over a certain week. Look at the price tag. You won't see comic books these prices anymore, but $1.95, right? So whenever Walgreens would hit like a 1 month or whatever, right, they would do a 3-for-1. So they'd say, hey, you could buy three comic books of your choice, 30 cents a piece, and then you'd get this this book along with a book like this, right, where they save the world or whatever together. And this was like my other cover. Like once I saw this one, I was hooked, because I wasn't really I like Superman, I've always liked him, but I think I liked him more when I started seeing covers like this. I was like, oh man, this cover is so cool.
Yeah, so Superman Red and Superman Blue on the top.
Yeah, they fight each other. So but the thing about this cover, guys, is that they end up meeting each other here, right? Mm-hmm. In the back alley. They meet each other right here. This is actually like their introduction. And then when they meet each other,
wait a minute, hold on. One's got a blue tie, one's got a
that's how you know the difference. They're like, imagine if he had like a mullet, like a ponytail.
He could change his skin back to red and blue.
So
why'd you put it on me? I didn't ask. There you go. What did you say, JT?
No, I said, can he change his skin back from red and blue? Because
Yeah, you
a
can.
whole
No,
different
they
color
can't
at
do
first.
that.
Yeah, they can. I mean, like, so here's what I thought was really cool, right? These Superman, when they're fighting each other, like, you know, like when they're over here fighting each other, they're
See,
trying to
you can't
figure
tell them
out
apart
which
right
one,
there.
they're trying to figure out which one is the imposter.
Yeah, you can't
And
tell
look, they're
them
both
apart.
saying the same thing.
Exactly.
They're like, I don't know what you're up to, but you're not me. You're right, or something like that, right? He's like, or
That's not how they sound
we have
at
like
all.
this huge face off and stuff. But the thing is, I was completely confused at the end of this book because they show up at like Lois's apartment. You know, look at that. They show up at Lois's apartment. Like, what's going on here?
So Jen, so was the first appearance of Superman Electric Blue in that box?
It was, but you showed it off. You showed off the
Yeah,
first.
it was in there.
So I didn't even bother showing that.
Did you get the variant cover? I think the variant cover's in there where he's flying.
Yeah, I ended up. So Paul,
What'd you do with it?
I just put it away. I just
Oh,
I didn't have it in the box. I saw that Carlos was working on it, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll just put it aside or whatever. But the cool thing is that this is literally the entire run of like the Electric Superman, Electric Blue, and all that stuff.
and it goes through multiple titles, right?
Yeah, it has to go through, like, because what they're doing is they're trying to sell you all these titles, right? So this is another thing that I was showing. Give me a second.
Okay, so funny story on this one. I gave him the blue one, and I was holding the red one. He's like, "Hey, buddy, I need the red one to go with the blue one." I said, "You don't need that." He was like, "Please," and I said, "All right." So I gave it to him.
Seriously, it was like a kid at a candy shop or something.
Yeah, guys, you should have just seen how his face lit up.
So
You softy. Oh,
I know, right? I was gonna keep it.
I'm surprised.
oh, dude,
Yeah,
this is one of
he's
my
like, JT. He was like,
my
"You
colors.
need the red one." Oh man,
Oh,
he should
so
have
wait,
seen how he
no,
lit up
that's-
that one. Oh
Yeah.
man.
But that's
You
that's
guys-
not
Best cover right
that's
there.
not his first appearance though, is it?
no. I have his look. I have his first
I
appearance.
think he has both. both
Quadruple signed. I mean, I just didn't take it out for this because we were going to show off the box. I have it in. I have the appearance. I
thought you had the first appearance in the box.
I put it aside, man. I just
Oh,
I put it aside. I put it in like Mylar and stuff. But
Right, yeah, because he's gonna hold on to
yeah,
that
you
one.
ain't lying,
Yeah,
Wolverine.
I'm just-
I should have kept
I'm going to hold on to all of these. But the
it. I
thing
should
is,
have kept it, but he was hovering over me.
so guys, I have this entire stack right here, right? And it's nothing
wow.
but like Superman red and blue. This is like his entire almost like year and a half, 2-year run.
Wow.
You know, so you have like his run here, right? But that's not where it
I
ends.
just want to say that he was so happy. Right now, he's calmed down, guys. But when he saw that, he looked like a little kid again.
So I actually prepped this for this show, right? So this is actually one of my favorite comics. Besides that being my favorite run,
Oh yeah,
This
Superman Forever. Yep.
Superman Forever. Now, Superman Forever takes place right after the blue and the red.
And he cleaned that up when he got home. Yep.
Yeah, man, I have to clean this freaking thing up. But it's let's see,
The
this is,
lenticular cover, Alex Ross cover. Yep.
Yeah,
He's
so
flying.
this is-
He's flying away, guys. That's what.
So in this cover, okay, Superman finds himself like casted into those 4 realities that I was telling you guys about. So there's Dominus, right? So Dominus, before he becomes Dominus, before he gets out of the Phantom Zone, he's actually this guy called Tuani, and Tuani is actually the husband of Opi. Yeah, so your blue and red buddy, Wolverado, the blue and red one is actually the first appearance of the red Superman. So always hold on to that one. So even though that the blue one is the first appearance of the electric blue, that one would be the first appearance of the electric red.
Yeah, but he said with 3D glasses.
Yeah, there it comes in two different covers. One's a green cover and one's a 3D cover, where you have to wear the glasses.
JT got the 3D cover, right, JT?
Yeah, that's right.
So you end up having Dominus and and Kismet being lovers. He becomes jealous of Kismet, and what happens is he goes after her. He tries to kill her and everything. And
did you write all that in the back of that book?
Yeah, I wrote down my little notes.
I knew it. I knew that you wrote it like that.
I always write my little notes in the back.
Look at that, Carlos. Look at all that.
Yeah, I always write my notes.
You see it. Show him the back of that. No, show him the back of the other one. The other one. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, these are my little notes.
Hey, does this
little
notes on there? How they became one?
Wait, what is all that on there on the back of that?
Information
from
that
book. Those are my little notes that I write on. Like when I read something, if I read like this entire run right here, I write in the back like, hey, this is what happened in this issue. This is what happened in this issue, and in this issue, this is what's controversial about this. Or this was never mentioned in this, in the future stories, right? So I just write little notes to myself.
How come that one don't have nothing in the back?
Well, because this one right here just goes.
That one has like a sentence.
Yeah, it just says part 2 of the Dominus run. So you have this. Plus, I don't like the cover. Look at this cover. It looks like a little kid drew it. It's not my kid drew it. I'm like, I don't care about that cover. Nobody cares about the cover. But look, they have this cover right here, right? It says part 3. So this takes place in there's this place called a polyester age. Your polyester age is your 1970s Superman. So you have your golden age and your silver age, right? And then you have your polyester age, and then you have your bronze age, and then so the 1970s Superman guys was actually outselling like Batman and stuff. You know why? Because they were doing all these crazy things with Superman. They were like putting him through like sci-fi stuff like John Carter of Mars. It got so weird with Superman. Like he was fighting aliens, like he was fighting other beings from other planets. He was going off from Earth to other planets and fighting other things, which I'm really hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that James Gunn does something like that. Like he ends up taking that polyester age universe and he goes into that. So this is part 4, guys. Same thing. They're exposing you to basically the different age and the universes. Okay, so you got all this stuff that's going on here with this comic book. But basically, when you're going through this, right, you find out that this guy right here. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about here, but.
What's up, Drizzle? Your Jen, show us a couple more, and then we're gonna do the giveaway. Oh, okay.
So this right here is actually the first appearance of Kara Ken. She's like Supergirl of Earth 1, okay? And you find out in this issue that she's actually the descendant of the first Superman of Earth. He actually survives from 1950s to 1986. There's a comic book that came out called Superman Man of Steel back in 1986.
Who wins the chess match right there?
The what?
Who wins the chess match?
I'm pretty sure Superman wins it because
I don't know. He's losing right there. He's only got one piece left.
I don't know. I don't know whose pieces are which, Paul. I mean, do you know whose pieces are which? I'm pretty sure Superman's piece is Superman's piece, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's a good question, Paul. Let's contact DC. Anyways, the thing is, you have you have the ending of the Dominus effect right here. So basically, what happens is Kismet shows up as Batman. She tries to get Superman to get all jealous and everything because she tells Batman to. She basically tries to date Lois Lane. So Superman has this power. This crazy power that he develops throughout like the comic that he learned from his parents through the Fortress of Solitude. And this power is basically called, I was telling Carlos about it earlier, but I had put it in my notes. He uses this thing called Torgasmvo, which is basically his Kryptonian mental capacity to block people from like hijacking his brain.
Corgasm.
Yeah, it's called Torgasm. Yeah, it's called Torgasm, vote. See, I even wrote it in the back right there. I was like, wait a second, buddy. I was like, orgasm vote. So I was like, wait a second. Superman is on all types of different levels of strength. Like
you wrong, JT.
Like, what is
you
happening?
wrong, JT?
So, anyways,
I
guys,
apologize, Jen.
I love JT's face because he just hates Superman even more now. He's like, he's like this guy has every solution to every problem,
every power ever.
Okay, not even the devil himself can take on Superman. So this is one of the comics
that's nice.
It's a very cool comic. So this is the first modern age appearance of Bizarro. So this way, first modern age version.
Yeah, I just want to say that I was gonna keep that one, but Jim was all like, "I need that one. I don't have it."
I was like,
Paul,
I have to complete my collection, and Paul was just like, you know what? I'll let you complete your collection, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So hey, Jen, real quick, at the risk of going on another journey, what were your thoughts on Ed McGinnis?
Oh my God! Come on, man. I want you guys to tell me something about Ed McGinnis. So this is Ed McGinnis. This is how he draws Superman. I told everybody, I said, look,
it looks almost like you.
Ed McGinnis.
That's actually pretty good.
Ed McGinnis reminds me. His artwork reminds me of Shazam. I can't get behind it.
That don't remind you of Shazam.
Look at his eyes. He looks just like Shazam. You just get rid of the curl right here.
Shazam. I mean, Superman.
There's nothing wrong with Shazam. It's just I feel like Superman.
Big guy. What's wrong with that?
I think the problem here is, that Superman should have like a very defined, look to him.
He does have a defined look right there.
No, he looks like a big giant balloon with muscles right there. Like he looks like a marshmallow with muscles. He doesn't look chiseled. He doesn't
all right. Okay. So, all right. So you got this really cool box and I love it. I love these kind of haul moments, like as a collector, when we find a deal, right, through the generosity of people, sometimes the most unexpected sources, like Paul, helping you get this big box of your childhood, basically, right? So are you, the Torgasm, okay, people are not over the Torgasm or
Torgasm, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that Wolverado knows what I'm talking about. Wolverado, you're like my partner in crime, buddy. Like he always like says.
What? He didn't help you get the box?
Dude, I'm just saying. He shows up like you guys are all over like, haha, he said orgasm, and I'm like, no, I said Torgasm.
I wasn't even laughing at you. I was laughing at
like, man, I should have never even mentioned it. I was like, but I was like, I should have never even mentioned it. It makes myself look like a fool.
Man, Wolverado did not get that box.
Comes through, and Wolverado's like,
oh my gosh. All right. Okay. So you like, yeah, what was that like in that moment to see that entire box? Because you didn't have the run before this, did you?
No, okay, so I had the entire run of the Electric Blue Superman, but I didn't have it in the condition that you see this box in, right? They're almost bare mint. Like if you look at these books,
man, and actually the different titles, you didn't have all the titles.
Yeah, and even these, like Paul helped me get this one too. Paul saw this one, and I said, "Ooh, shiny!" And
I really wanted that book, but he was hovering over me, and
then Paul was just like, "Hey, look, man, I see that you're a huge Superman fan," and I would look deeper and deeper and deeper into the box, and then I came across this book, and I was like, "Man, what the heck is this book?" So I ended up looking deeper and deeper into the book, and deeper into it. Does anybody know what this book is?
Is that
the cover, right?
Justice League?
I don't know.
Is it the first Justice League?
It says
Starro was the first Justice League. He was the villain for the first Justice League. Wait, no, is that Batman? Is that Batman and Superman on the top right?
Just something. It's just
who's on the top right?
It doesn't have a cover though. It doesn't have a cover to it at all.
Oh, it's Justice League 1.
No, because Batman and Superman were not in Justice League.
Justice League 1 because Justice League 1 had Starro on it.
That was in that box Paul gave you.
This was deep down in the bottoms of the pits of the box, and I took it out. And I was like,
he kept pulling up the box.
He goes, "Nah, I'm just playing, guys. This wasn't in the box. This was
never." Yes, it was. That was in the box.
This was never in the box. Anyways, but no, guys, this is a Brave and the Bold number 28. It's the first appearance of the Justice League. It would never be in the box. Anyways, but this was in the box. This really cool, amazing thing was in the box. This was the first appearance of Lena Luthor. Now, for those of you that don't know who Lena Luthor is, they have different versions of her, but it's a very big part of Lex Luthor's origin going forward, especially with Lena Luthor. I thought this was kind of cool because once I saw this, I was like, oh man, I remember seeing this book. I didn't know what it was at the time. But
what's that storyline that goes through all the titles, like
the DC titles? Giants.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Millennium Giants. So, like, Paul helped find the Millennium Giants. I thought that was kind of cool. He even had this one. He's like, hey, Jin, you like Japanese stuff? And I go, yes, I do. And then I ended up having this in there. I thought that was kind of cool. So he, like I said, Paul, this is like kind of like Paul's little gift of like, you know.
Good job, Paul. You're a true friend.
Cool.
This actually looks like that's his name, the actor from the movie, the James Gunn movie.
Oh, Corn Sweat? Yeah, he does.
No, not Corn Sweat.
Yes, it does.
It looks like the other guy. The guy.
JG?
What's his
Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, there you go. Looks kind of like Nicholas Hoult, doesn't it?
For a little bit. When you turn it a little bit, it looks like Corn Sweat.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like no Corn Sweat. It looks like Nicholas Hoult. Maybe you should get this one signed by Nicholas Hoult. Be like, sir, this looks just like you, sir. Anyways, there's a lot of goodies in here, man. I only just begun like last week whenever I got this, and I have to get more bag and boards. I have to go out of my way to go do that because I haven't really been able to get anything delivered. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna go through some of these things. But there's like all.
Yeah, let's show them off. Here, show them off.
There's all.
Hey, Jen, while you showing those off, tell us how they became one Superman again.
Okay, so what happens is the Millennium Giants, right? The Millennium Giants fight Superman. Superman ends up doing this thing, and they both go around the world. Okay, they go around the world. And they fight off these giants, and they try to do that time travel crap. And then the red one ends up kind of like disintegrating. So he's like, he's dying, and he's like, oh no, I'm gonna die, blah blah. And the blue one's like, hey, I can save you. I can save you, and everything is gonna be all right. And the red one's telling the blue one, hey, save yourself. Like, this is my fate. I'm going to end up dying. So the blue one actually gives him all of his energy, and he ends up saving him. So this is what it's called. It takes more than 2 Supermen to save the planet, right? Save the world or whatever, right? And at the end of this one is when you see it. So they're fighting these Millennium Giants, destroying them and everything. So the red and blue ones start going around the planet. See, one starts creating like natural, like the red one does that thing from Superman 1, the movie. The blue one starts creating like some electric field around the earth. So the blue one's not doing as much as the red one is, right? So that's why the red one probably used up all of his energy and he's like nearly dead. So at the end of that, they're like, oh, I'm going to die or whatever, right? So that one ends up almost dying. He ends up dying, and so this one right here, and you'll see it. You'll see it at the end of Superman Forever.
Well, they become Martian Manhunter.
These comic books lead directly. Like these comics have no chill. Okay, like these Superman comics never had any chill. Like the minute you got into these comics, they're like, if you want to finish the story, jokes on you for picking up a Superman comic book, because now you got to go get this $5-6 one.
Dang.
When that's like someone's 1 hour's worth of pay at the time,
Right.
It was
$5 back in 1990.
Yeah, remember minimum wage in Texas is like $5.25. This
It was like $1.25.
$5.95 right here. This is a comic that I'm talking about. This is Alex Ross. Okay, Alex Ross is like a lot of people's favorite artist. So,
no, mine's Ed McGinnis.
About all that, Paul. So they show like a little highlight. Krypton, all the things that have happened to Superman and Krypton from the time that he was a baby to the time he arrived on Earth. Superman arrives back on the planet and everything. Ma and Pa Kent are watching him. They're like, "Oh no, Clark, you're dead." And then
you're dead.
you're dead. So he's having a highlight moment of what the Red One is telling him. All the things that happened in the last issue.
So that's the blue one.
The blue one is having a flashback of what happened, and then you have Kismet. This is Kismet before she becomes a strange visitor. Before she becomes a strange visitor, this is Kismet. Okay, So like I said, this book is kind of a reboot. It says Superman Forever #1. So if you had never picked up a Superman comic book, right? Let's say that you are a Superman hater. I'm not going to say whose name on this chat, but the thing is that if you didn't like Superman, this would be the book that you need to pick up, because what it did is it gave you an entire highlight of all the things that you needed to know about Superman, from like the Millennium Giants to everything. And one of my favorite things about this comic book was that Ma Kent always did like these awesome things for Clark Kent, right? Like she did his little laundry at the end and gave him his suit and sewed up his suit, So she did that thing that you would see in the Silver Age comic books. And then they even made him look like Christopher Reeves. Look at that. He looks just like Christopher Reeves. And growing up watching those Christopher Reeves movies, I was like maybe 6 years old when I was picking this up, 6-7 years old. And just the artwork in here, man. Like, so Superman is back, right? This is what this comic is showing. He is like saving this plane right here, and you got Steel, you got Superboy, you got Supergirl. You have basically the entire family helping out, and this is basically to let you know that Superman's back on Earth, and he's back in his OG look. Lex Luthor is still being Lex Luthor. He's still being a dick.
But he's not the real Superman. The real one is the Superman that died.
Right.
No, the red one and the blue one combined into one. So the red and blue one merged back into one, and they landed on Pa's Kent.
No. JT said that the real Superman died in Superman 75.
No, he didn't die. What happened is the blue one said, "Let me give you my energy," right? So he electrocutes, or he gives him all of his energy, but the red one gets consumed inside of him while the blue energy goes into the red one. So they become one again, and then they go back to Earth. They crash land on Earth. So he wakes up on Pa Kent's farm and everything, and this new story arc starts. And this new story arc is like leading into basically a Dominus. So and they tell you at the end of this, they're like, "Hey, be prepared for a miserable 17-issue run that you're going to have to go, to Kroger's, Randall's, the comic book shop, all these places to go collect if you're 7-8 years old," which I never was able to. So if you wanted to continue the story from here, you had to go every 2 weeks to go grab it. Because remember, these Superman comic books were coming out bi-weekly. And there was the original Superman, like the Action Comics, came out once a month, while the other ones came out between the months, right? So DC was very complicated, man. I mean, there was a time where Marvel and DC would just release 1 or 2 books for that character, and now it's kind of like, you know, you have all these stories that this all started in the 90s, right? But this Superman comic book is not doing well. Let's have this story run in this comic book. It's like, why would I want to do that? Now I got to go back and collect those books. So they did that with this one, Superman Forever, and then they did Man of Steel, then they did Adventures of Superman, then they did Action Comics, and then sometimes they would have one where it's like Superman and Batman. You know, you'd have to go and collect all these books just to finish the story arc, which is why trades are so good. Yeah, that's why you have trades.
Trades are the best.
They are, man. They can be. They're very financially. They're good for you if you're on a budget. Because with comics today being what, 10, going from $8 to $10 depending on the variant, I don't think that it's going to have a future if cost of living keeps going up, you know? So, but this book, this box, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's watched the show so far and had to sit here and listen to me about it, because I'm still very excited, and that's why I can't find words to express my feelings right now. But I do want to say thank you to Paul. I want to thank Carlos for making this little episode. I didn't know he was going to actually do that. We just kind of talked about it, and then he was like, no, we'll do it. And I go, okay, well, I mean, that's like a week and a half, and I don't even have bags and boards. And that's why I really wish I had bags and boards. That's why some of the comics are in bags and boards and some of them aren't. But I had to write notes. I'm not going to come ill prepared. But at the same time, if you guys ever go to a comic book shop, my advice to anyone that's a nerd, not a nerd, getting into comics, whatever, and you're with a buddy, whatever, right? And you guys are looking through boxes and boxes of books that may potentially be something that you like or don't like. If you like something and they're selling it for $1, tell the owner, like, hey man, if I bought a whole like short box for like $100 with any comic in here from this area, would you be cool with it? If he says yes, man, you just hit the jackpot. And that's what happened. And it was all thanks to Paul and also Robert and the guys over at Atomic Monkey. Because once I had gotten it, he even saw my face glow, and I was just like, holy crap, this is awesome. My face looked like this, basically, after I got that box. I was like, oh, yeah, baby. That's it. I was like, oh, yeah, I got it.
That's Superman right there.
Yeah,
that's
the smile.
I was like, oh, yeah, there you go. But yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. And that's Ed McGuinness, by the way. It's Paul's favorite guy right there, Ed McGuinness.
Yeah, look at that. Man,
Ed McGuinness, he's a good artist. He's a good artist. Don't give him a hard time.
You say you don't like it, but you
look. I mean, I'm dogging on Ed McGuinness, but he would definitely be a sketch that I would want on a Superman comic book. I love Ed McGuinness. I mean,
that looked like Henry Cavill for a little bit.
I just don't know if I want him to draw Superman. I'd want him to draw like him.
Big shout out and thanks to Future Batman for giving us that long winding road of a back history on Superman Blue. JT, do you feel like you understand Superman Blue more now?
Oh yeah. I completely. It was better than what Paul explained. Paul didn't know what he was talking about this whole night.
He has no idea right now. He's like, please don't ask me a question about Superman.
Don't listen to nothing Paul says.
That's that. We really did this entire episode so that JT could grow in his knowledge of Superman Electric Blue. All right.
He hates Superman more now after today's episode. He's like, Superman. He goes, that boy's always got a trick up under his cape.
All right. Look. El Green Machine says you're very informative, Future Batman.
Thanks, old machine. Right. I didn't know what to say.
Gordon Fisk. What's up, Gordon Fisk? All right, folks. Hey, if you haven't entered to win yet, it is hashtag. That's right, Emma Dudley. There will be a pop quiz next week on Superman Blue.
All right, JT.
Dude, that's it. That's what it is right there. Hashtag Superman Blue. All right, I want you. If you want a chance to win, you need to enter that. It's hashtag Superman Blue for your chance to win. Going to go ahead and share out the. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen right now so y'all can check out the giveaway for Superman Blue. Only got 13 entries, so it's pretty good. Pretty good odds for you. Let me go and bring this
So
up.
Wolverado says that they're working on a Superman Blue movie.
Electric Blue Slide.
Yeah, so they're
This
working on
the
the
comic shop on Friday nights, and it's fun to help people find that comic they've been looking for. Yes, it is fun. It is fun. Wolverado says Superman's new move, Electric Blue Slide. All right, so hey, hashtag Superman Blue for your chance to win. Giving away this, I'd say it's a 8.5 to 9.0. It does have a big, I believe, pressable spine tick on it. It's got one spine tick, but other than that, and then a little bit of a crunch on the corner, but it's in really good shape. This copy of Superman number 123 from May of 1997. It's the first appearance of Electric Blue, or Superman Blue, for his first appearance, Electric Superman, later to become Superman Blue. And we're also going to be giving away this copy with it, Batman and Superman World's Finest, number 41. This is the David Corenswet movie variant featuring him and Crypto. Really cool book. I like this one. It was hard to find.
Why was it hard to find?
The shops around here just didn't have it. They didn't have a copy of it. Kevin McGuire, because I think it was like the E cover, the D or the E cover. But this is the variant by Kevin McGuire, the movie variant by Kevin McGuire. So going to be giving away these two books together. Keep the Superman motif going. These are the giveaways for tonight. Make sure and enter for your chance to win. Do you really trust Wolverado? Of course we do.
Nope.
We do. Hashtag Carlos hoards it. No, apparently not. It looks like the future Batman is the one hoarding all the Superman Blue comic books.
I knew.
All right, let's take a look at it. All right, we got hashtag Superman Blue for a chance to win. Remember, the system won't let you do more than one unless it's from different accounts. And the only people who can do it from different accounts are those channel members who have membership on multiple accounts. So big shout out to Gerald Yates for doing that. Oh, Airwolf dropping it in. Hashtag Superman Blue. El Green Machine says, good luck, Carlos. Hey, that's Paul's line right there. All right, he's the one that's supposed to yell that with glee as I start the giveaway wheel. All right, give it just another second for y'all. 15 entries, only 15 entries to almost 20 people watching. Thanks so much for being here tonight, for being here for another episode of the giveaway show. Remember, we'll be here every Wednesday night for the best comic news and fun giveaways and just kind of hanging out with friends online that you can find anywhere on YouTube.
Very informative Superman Blue.
That's what it is. I also, I'm going to shout it out. Also, I've been reading the new Terminator series from Dynamite Comics by Declan Shavely. Shelby. Declan, if you're watching, I'm sorry for butchering your name.
Yo.
But it's fantastic. It's giving extreme, it's giving Now Comics Terminator series vibes. If you've been following me on Instagram, you've seen me post. I'll show these in a second. Love the covers. Yes, they are. Let me go ahead and here. Actually, okay. Just gonna give you all another second to go and enter hashtag Superman Blue. So this is the Terminator series from Dynamite Comics that's running right now. Issue 10 just dropped. I'm loving it because
there's a Terminator.
It's reminding me of the Now Comics Terminator series. I was showing these on Instagram. This was from Now Comics back in 1989 when the first movie came out. They licensed it. So this was the first Terminator, right? And then this right here is the first appearance of John Connor in comic books. The Terminator number 12 from Now Comics. So the cool thing about the new Dynamite series is that like 40 years later, almost 40 years later, the new Dynamite comic series has the same vibe that this one does. It's very much like an anthology. And so I've been enjoying reading. I'm going to do a separate video just on these. But yeah, like he was saying, there are some awesome covers. This is issue number 2 right here. I'll show some. These are some of the variants. These are the Alex Ross variants that they re-released his artwork from the Burning Earth. Show that off. This is a Terminator one from one of the early series. This is another variant cover from that. And then for issue number 4, which was an awesome story about Terminators taking over a Russian submarine. It had these two. It had this one with the metallic border. This is an Alex Ross variant, and then this was the Virgin variant by Alex Ross. So I have the whole run. I've been loving it. The cool thing is you can find these for super cheap, and I'm telling you, the best Terminator stuff I've seen, other than the first 2 movies, was the comic books that had like anthology feels to them. So if you want to know what the future of the Terminator is, I believe it's going to be an anthology based series of some sort. If somebody like HBO Max took it and did an anthology series around it, boom, groundbreaking. So this is great stuff. Great stuff, worth reading. All right, let's go ahead and do this giveaway. Hashtag Southern Comic Geek is putting in other ones. Yep, those are Alex Ross. All right, so here we go, folks. Let's go ahead and do this giveaway. Wait, what is Jen showing off?
You remember this? You guys remember this?
Who was that?
So this was supposed to be Superman Lives with Nicolas Cage. They were supposed to turn Nicolas Cage into the Superman, but they saw him look like this, right? Like they saw him. Somebody on set released the pictures of him looking like this, and I don't know who was funding the studios, but that person was like, "Oh my God, he looks horrendous," and that's why they canceled it, because they saw Nicolas Cage look like that, and the movie never happened. But it was supposed to transition into Superman turns into Superman Blue, which I think
James Gunn, if you're listening, we want Superman Blue movie.
All right,
JB.
Blue. All right, let's go ahead and run this giveaway. And we'll
look, Carlos.
All right, here we go, folks.
Good luck.
3, 2, 1. Look at her. Good luck, everybody.
Let's
There we go, Carlos. Come on,
Come on, Carlos. Let's go.
All right, see.
Lex.
Winner is
Mr. Colette. Oh,
Oh, come
my
on.
brother.
Congratulations,
Oh.
Wolverado. Tonight, you're going to be winning these 2. This is Superman number 123, first appearance.
I don't even think he's here.
Superman Blue. And then you're also getting World's Finest number 41.
Wow.
41. The Kevin McGuire.
He doesn't even like dog.
So you're going to get these 2 books here. Congratulations to Wolverado.
He's not even here.
This is somebody calls this my high-tech sticky note system.
I don't know.
Exactly what it is, high-tech.
They say you got the different colors. Well,
All right.
Wolverado ain't there, so we're just gonna run it again.
Wolverado, I saw you. I know you're here. Don't worry about what he said. All right. So congratulations to Wolverado, and thanks to everybody else for tuning in. We enjoyed y'all being here, and it was good to have the whole crew together again. We don't always get to be together, but it's good to have you 4 guys. Let's do final thoughts and shout-outs, starting with JT Comics. JT, in your final thoughts and
thank y'all for coming.
Did you learn everything you wanted to know about Superman?
Yes, I learned enough to never go buy that book.
It was right.
Jen did a great job.
But he hates Superman more now.
All right. You want to shout out Anti-Hero Society?
Yeah, Anti-Hero Society, like he said. Check us out on Instagram. It's also a website as well.
Just put the .com. If you
Is
are
this
interested
still
in the
open?
club, there is a
Is it
process.
still open admission right now?
Yeah. So we have it like a admissions board. So there's like 4 people that you have to reach out to let them know that you're interested.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So what we'll do is have Carlos go through the initiation and we'll video it. Yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. No. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do, JT.
Mhm.
It's Pocket Full of Stones. Part of
Yeah,
the.
he's on that board.
All right. Here we go. Interested in joining
Oh.
Anti-Hero Society.
We gotta film it.
All right. Okay. No. I did it right now. I just
okay.
did it. I just real quick. All right, because I had tagged him in the giveaway show premiere.
Uh-huh.
Here it is.
Oh, okay. And you'll meet him at Bedrock.
I already met him.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
I already met.
Oh, okay.
He was doing he was at that convention. So me and him got to talk. All right, so here it is. Hey, interested in joining Anti-Hero Society? All right. So we'll call this episode 1, or we'll call this day 1 of Cross Collects Comics trying to get into the Anti-Hero Society.
I gotta watch this. I'll be watching every episode.
Let's see how this goes. Will they take? I will say that I was warned off camera that my close association with Paul Professional Comics could hinder my membership in the Anti-Hero.
It's over. If you,
What are you talking about? JT's a member.
I don't know. We'll see. Uh-oh. Jen is saying, wait, what is this?
What is this?
Jaime Reyes. Oh.
I went to the con and I got old boy to sign my Zolo. I got him to sign.
How much was that? Like $10?
Nah, he was about $50.
He was like 50 or 75 bucks.
Yeah, he was $50. He was real nice. I got to talk to him a little bit, and I told him, I said, "Hey, has DC reached out to you on the Blue Beetle stuff?" And he said that he feels like they understand how important the Hispanic community is when it comes to the Blue Beetle, and he's pretty sure that they will, but they have to see how the next few movies go before anything like that even gets.
Yeah, we don't need Blue Beetle. We need Superman.
Oh
Blue.
Man, I want him back.
Man, Superman
I think
Blue.
Carlos and I love that movie. My wife loved that movie too.
I love that movie. That movie is good. Okay, so Jen, I've already heard back. All right. Okay, I already heard back. The individual responded. He said, "Do you know Professional Paul Comics?"
That's not what he said at all.
I said yes, and he said,
"Oh,
never mind."
Anaxuna Mu asked me that when I took a picture with Anaxuna Mu.
Who's that?
What is she from?
Oh my God.
When I took a picture with her, she was like, "Do you know Paul Comics?" And I said, "You know Paul Comics, Patricia?" I said, "Yeah, I know Paul Comics and Anaxuna Mu from the Mummy." She
from
was wondering.
Mummy.
Yeah, Anaxuna.
She don't look the same no more.
Nah,
yeah,
she
don't look like she did in the Mummy.
Nah,
not at all.
We all gotta age sometime. Get old.
Well, she's like 50
All right, now I'm receiving in real time. I'm receiving instructions, and it's telling me the account is telling me what to do. I have to start with the names of the recruitment team. You need a majority vote from them first round. All right, so it's a voting process to get in. JT, am I allowed to say this all publicly, on a live stream?
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. No.
I mean, damn, you make it seem like it's a presidential election.
Okay. This individual says you need the majority vote, and you already got mine, so get to work.
Get to work.
Nice. Okay. All right.
How many votes do you need? One?
Huh? No, it's like five of them, I think. Hang on.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 on the recruitment team. Wait, what?
The hell's even on the recruitment team?
It says one of the recruitment team is JT Comics. What?
When does JT get the paddle you? God,
He get the paddle. Yeah.
Whoa, what just happened? When does JT get the paddle?
This
What
is
kind
Yeah, Wolverado.
of shit do you think this
This
is?
is a non-hazing organization.
Don't listen to Paul. Latino population is.
me.
We got a lot going on here right now. There's a lot that just happened in the past couple minutes. All right, so okay, we're gonna keep this. Then you need a minimum of 20 yes votes to make it in. So you'll need more than just JT and I.
Oh
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna have to get the votes, the majority vote from the recruitment team. Then I have to get a minimum of 20 yes votes.
Mhm.
Oh man. Okay. All right. So there's a lot going on there.
It's just 2 rounds.
I'm gonna have to 2 rounds.
JT's like,
I have
it's nothing. It's just 2 rounds.
I have to get a majority vote of the. I want to know.
Even though there was 20 members in there.
Who votes
Yeah.
no?
No, it's 40 members in there.
All right. What do we got here? Flashbacks to college. Paul, you crossed the line. The wall is undefeated. Who is the wall?
Wow.
All right. Okay. All right. So congratulations to Wolverado. We were in the middle of doing final thoughts and shout outs. Then we just kind of kept going with the show an extra 8 minutes. Producer Weapon X is just flipping out right now. Producer D is stressed out. They're just like, we've gone way over time. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take it to Future Batman. Final thoughts and shout outs.
Hey, thanks guys for tuning in and listening to me yap about Superman Blue and Red and Purple and all types of Superman and comic books. But truly, we really appreciate you guys and getting on with us on Wednesdays and even on Fridays and helping out the channel and just hanging out with us. Just want to say thanks to my crew over here, the panel. Thanks to Carlos. Thanks to Paul. Special thanks to Paul because we wouldn't have had this this episode had it not been for Paul to just be like, "Here, buddy, I know you love this. This is yours. Enjoy it." And it was like Christmas, man. It was just. And then also JT, it's always wonderful having him. Even though we all know he hates Superman because he's so overpowered, but hey, it's awesome. Just awesome to have the personalities on here and so forth. So tune with us next week. I won't be on, but I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. But tune in with these guys next week and have a great time with them. Okay, so I'll be watching.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, man, and for sharing that slice of your childhood with us.
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, thanks for letting me do it. Yeah, thanks for creating an episode for it. So.
Yeah. All right, let's go, Paul. Let's have you do final thoughts and shout outs.
All right, appreciate everybody being here tonight. Thank you guys for always coming and supporting us. And I mean, what can I say? We somewhat learned about Superman Blue, but like I said, James Gunn, me and Jen are saying we want Superman Blue the movie. We want it. That's what we want. Anyway,
because James Gunn does watch this show.
Yeah. So he's always watching. And another thing, we'll put up a poll and see if Carlos gets into Anti-Hero Club. My thing is, I don't think so because JT's already swaying to no. I'm just looking at body language. So look at the body language. Yep, he ain't got a chance. Anyway, thank you guys, and thank you, Carlos, for doing the giveaway show. Tune in Friday for Expensive Paper Showcase. Great turnout last Friday. I think Mike may be on there and a couple of people, but surely I'll be there, and Carlos. And thank you to Jen. He really, guys, he was really happy with that box. He was stuffing the box, and I was like, "Hey, that's
I was really touched.
Yeah. So a couple of those covers I wanted, but he was like, please.
Yeah, I'm
Please,
not
please.
not gonna sugarcoat it. I looked like this when I was leaving. I was like, "Oh yeah, baby! Oh!"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thanks for
All right.
JT for coming on, and Jen, and thanks Carla for hosting the show. Yep, we'll see y'all Friday.
All right. We're looking forward to it. Hey, remember Friday night, Expensive Paper Showcase will be live for that. Looking forward to seeing y'all. And then next Tuesday, because I had a couple people message and ask, hey, is there a Carlson Friends episode? Last night, no, remember it's first and third Tuesday. So next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Central, we will have the next episode of Carlson Friends, hoping to add the new channel member tiers over this weekend. So they should be live and available this weekend for people to be able to pick up or jump into the highest tier. It's a higher dollar amount, but I think it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be some good books that you are gonna be able to get. So thanks so much for being here tonight. Yes, absolutely. Invite your friends to watch on Friday. That's right. We want to see you there. Mainly because we want to hang out with you. But also if you want to buy some books, we got them. We for sure got them. All right. Make sure to take care. Have a great night. And from me and the rest of the crew, we will see y'all Friday night or next Wednesday or the Wednesday after that. Take care. See ya.